Hey everyone, welcome back. We're the Pageant Gurus, and as you know, the last episode we discussed that we were going to desperately wait to watch the Leave Miss Diva grand finale, and we just did.
Indeed, Emma, we did, and we have a lot to share.
Trust me, guys, you don't want to miss this episode. Stay tuned.
Alright, so welcome back everyone to our channel. We are the Pageant Gurus and this is part 2 of the Leave Miss Diva finals. So Emma, what we're going to do is simple. We've all seen the supers of the evening gown, the swimsuits, but what was missing was the opening statements and the final question. And that's exactly what we're going to review today. Are you excited?
Super excited because I know, Guru, we both got lots to share about what we thought about the entire thing. And of course, are we standing by our statement from the last episode? So,
indeed. So, let's start with the opening statements. Let's start with Trisha Shetty. Here you go.
Wrapped in the embrace of comfort all my early life, a harsh reality struck me at the age of 16 when I lost my closest friend to suicide. How could I have seen the same person every single day, yet the person remained unseen? I spiraled in these unanswered questions until I chose to pursue psychology. Today, I stand before you all with the realization that life always unfolds for us and not against us. I urge you all to look within and ask yourself, are you all lovable? Was your answer defined by the way others love you or the way you love yourself? Now you have your answer. Take the first step and repeat after me. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Thank you.
Okay, so I heard this and these are my thoughts, talking about the fact that she saw her friend having, gone through so much trouble and that being her inspiration to do psychology. I think that really connected well with what her advocacy was. It wasn't just out of the blue. So great linkage there. It just felt genuine. She's very confident. She was asking strong questions. The only thing that I didn't find was a bit of a bummer was that when she asked everyone to repeat, I'm enough. And I wish that the audience had given that kind of encouragement back and it just felt a bit flat in the end. What do you think?
Yeah, okay. So I guess it was sort of metaphorically, it was not literal that they were supposed to respond, I am enough. I think she was trying to give that impact. That's how I took it. I did think of that, but then I was like, that's what the point she's trying to make was like, guys, repeat that. Am I enough? I think this is a fantastic advocacy. It was the only strongest one that I found at this pageant this year, is because I think even Miss Australia is talking about mental health and all the sort of things with young people. So this is the need of the hour, as I would say. I think this was an amazing advocacy that could have taken her, refined it a bit, tweaked it a bit, and the Diva organization could have actually, trained her a bit. She would have been fantastic.
The good part, Emma, the great part here is that she's still a runner-up, so she can definitely come back just the way Sonal did.
Yes.
And compete. So she definitely has potential. I just wished if she would have said, I am enough, just once, would have been enough.
I know.
Said it out three
either
times.
way,
It just lost the essence of it.
I guess I don't know why it still came off weak. I think it came off very strong, regardless. If you hear all the other ones were all really a little, they were hesitant and they were nervous, and there was a lot of pressure you can make out on the girls. Some of them held it, some of them stumbled, but it's natural to stumble. It's okay if you're stumbling when you're giving a speech. And I'm on stage many times when I'm speaking and I'm fumbling for words or mispronounce. It's okay. That's human nature. You don't have to be absolutely
okay.
and perfect,
No,
but
it's not okay.
But it was
this is an opening statement.
But she didn't stumble that much, Guru. She was just...
No, she didn't.
She did.
There are others.
The other girls.
There are Sonal Kukreja, and the MC should not call her Kukreja, please. That was not right.
The MCs were...
The MC,
They're weird. I don't know. I didn't like them. Yeah, it felt like a Filmfare Award sort of a thing. It didn't feel like a pageant.
Anyway, let's move on to Sonal's statement. Here you go.
Being a strong, independent woman isn't an easy path. It is about defying norms, embracing challenges, and owning your destiny. Working in the fields of financial technology, I witnessed the power of finances, how it can give you the power to take charge of your life. And as I stand here tonight, I stand for change. I stand so we can dream big, choose boldly, and impact fiercely. With my startup and with this platform, I aim to empower women, provide them with skills, opportunities, and resources so they can take charge of their lives, be financially independent, and take bold decisions. Because for what I know, bold choices make bold women, and bold women create history.
Okay, so, well, it was the same thing that I saw in her promotional video. It was not much of a change. She didn't add anything else. I think she just was more dramatic on stage, saying the same thing. Financial independence, wanting to, empower women by, I don't know, making them choose a career or something. She didn't say it out in a better manner. That's what bothered me. She could have said okay, I want to take people who don't have the right education, spread the awareness of education, finding jobs, being independent. That would have been a different avenue, but she didn't do that. She was just in a very corporate manner. I didn't like it, honestly. So I'm happy that she's at 2. I would not move her from there.
So for me, before anything, I love the way when she was talking, how her Naz was looking at her. She's like a student. She just felt it's a very responsible position, and she's trying to buck the girls up. And so that was a beautiful moment. By the way, you looked amazing, her Naz. So talking about independent women, strong independent women, I just felt that she comes from a place of privilege, and it's nothing against her. We talk of people who are born with silver spoon, nothing against her, but it just felt that some of the words or some of the advocacy of the others. So, for example, financial independence, I'm not aware of what exactly that meant. Is it because she talked of financial technology? Now, what exactly is she doing in financial technology that has helped her to empower? So that piece was missing. Though I liked the fact when she spoke about bold women make bold changes. That part was nice. But it was just not substantiated enough with what she was doing.
True.
Her cause.
Because you need to, when you're talking about something like this, about empowering women by being financially successful, you will have to also target the grassroots of other, lower class people or women who are being subjected to not being educated or choose a career because they have to get married or something. She could have gone on that angle because a lot of that happens in India. That would have been beautiful. And then you said financial independence. Agreed. But her whole way of bringing it out fell completely flat. The only reason she's there because she's a gorgeous girl and she can work it, and she can work the Miss.
And she spoke well. She's very eloquent.
She spoke well. She can work the Miss Grand International stage. Wait, Grand International? She's for Supranational. She can do well in Supranational, but nah. Yeah. So, all right. And the next one.
Okay, next we have Nickita Arora. Let's have a look.
Insecurities and self-doubts to becoming a face of more than 500 brands, I realized that every challenge is just a glass ceiling waiting to be shattered. Your unique self is your biggest strength. Celebrate it. My journey from a journalist to a model was a ride fueled by heart and mind.
where I nurtured it. In a world where kindness matters, it's more important to be your own ally. Society might label you, but it's your resilience that defines you.
I just felt it was a lost opportunity. She otherwise is such, she's such a photogenic, sorry. She's such a photogenic model. She's been the face of so many brands, but her eyes seemed tensed. She needed to pause a bit. She was just rattling. And I didn't like the whole namaste in the end. It just felt a bit too contrived.
Yeah, it did. Stage fright clearly showed, and she was not confident. She's a beautiful girl. She photographs beautifully. I think she has a huge career in modeling, and I think this is something that she will pursue, and she should, because she is amazing in the swimsuit round, in the evening gown. Beautiful. So, yeah. But, like you said, lackluster. So, all right, on to the next one.
Let's go to Daisy. Let's have a look at Daisy.
When I was in college, I was challenged by a preceptor with nefarious intentions. But I had the luxury to have my parents by my side. But that is not the luxury for so many out there. And I want to be that safe space for those girls and boys. And this story is not something that I want people to feel sympathetic about. Because this story made me realize how powerful I can be when I raise my voice. From an individual who always doubted herself in every step of the way. I, Daisy Khound, stand here as an advocate against minor sex trafficking and vaginismus, and a girl who have the heart to represent India. Thank you so much.
Wow, I love this girl. Fantastic. I mean, she awed me. Although she was a little hesitant in some words, and there was not a full easy flow of her speech. But yes, she spoke a lot of sense, important issues, women issues, intimate issues. Not many people speak up about it. I loved that she did. She stood out for me. What do you think, Guru?
Absolutely. She reminds me of Castellano, the way she would speak about her causes and the fearlessness in her voice.
Yes.
I just felt that if she could have smiled a bit more, she could connect more with the audience. But otherwise, the way she entered a statement, very, very confident. And
absolutely. Yeah.
She was right up there till now. It was a very fierce contest, but let's see what happened to our next contestant, Aruna Beniwal. Let's have a look.
Transitioning from privilege to combating financial crisis by working almost every day at a young age. I, Aruna Beniwal, stand tall. Despite of 3 failures, I see failures as a stepping stone to epic comebacks. I want to inspire everyone through my journey that fosters a deep bond with the struggle of underprivileged children. Today, I stand with a resolute purpose to uplift this young soul and amplify the voices of child trafficking victims, contributing in shaping the future of our nation, India. Thank you.
Okay, so she was smiling, she was confident, but she was taking long pauses in between. And it's very important to know where to pause, where to make a statement, beauty-wise, elegance-wise there. But I felt heart was a bit missing.
Yes, it was.
My view.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with everything you say about Aruna. She, like again, I see a lot of stage fright in these beautiful girls, and I think they're not used to that pressure of being in front of a stage, judges, media, celebrities, so I guess it showed, and it showed in her as well. So, we sure.
It's not easy at all. You have the who's who of the glamour, the fashion industry right in front of you. You and me are easy. We can just talk to ourselves on the camera, but when you're in front of so many people, it can get overwhelming.
Yeah, if you look at Harnaz in the first, there's old videos of Harnaz when she first was in beauty pageants, how sweet and innocent she was, and then how she became the Sherni. So that's how you evolve. And I have no doubt in my heart that these girls are going to evolve beautifully. So this is something you all should look out for. All right, who's next?
You tell me who's next.
Zuchobeni Tungoe. Take a look, guys.
Let's have a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm thrilled to stand before you as a proud representative of my vibrant land, Nagaland. My journey from battles to triumph is what's led me here, and I take this privilege as my greatest opportunity because today the stage is just not a stage, but rather a platform that really gives me the space to shine. And I take this opportunity to shine. And as I take inspiration from my mother's courageous journey as she battled cancer and was successful. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. It shows her emotions shows with her advocacy. It's clear what she wants to talk about, why she's on stage, why is she here, why she's trying to make a point. And I think what took the best of her.
Why you do like that? Why you do?
It's the emotions that overwhelmed her. And if it didn't, she would have been wonderful. And we love her. I love her. I still love her. I do see her coming back. Short hair, bob, with the bangs. I think she'll rock it. A new look for her. But she did not come off very powerful because of her emotions. What do you think, Guru?
I think the nerves got the better of her. She started very well, and she has a good command, excellent command over English, and a bit of an accent.
It was surprising. Yeah.
Yeah. And, it started off well, and then it just went downhill, struggling to find the right word, not knowing where to. At that point, yes, it can be, as I said, very overwhelming, and using the hands a lot, using successfully or success, at that point in time, especially for an opening statement, you can't take it to the last minute to define what you're going to say.
Yeah.
This is one thing that's given. There's no judge's question. You just have to make a statement. So might as well learn it as strong as, your name.
Yeah,
that's my view.
True. And
it sounds so much that it sounds natural, rehearsing it so much that
and she's speaking about something very close to her heart, very important. The community is going through hell. We agree, we support it, and it's that. And she was, it was a political statement as well in many ways. And she wanted to be on stage. She wanted to be heard. But don't get emotional, darling. You cannot do that. That's not going to make an impact on anybody. And it was sad that she was talking about her mother and cancer, how she successfully recovered, and it got to her. And I felt bad. I think you're right. You're very right on this. But nevertheless, she is a beloved contestant. We love her. Send her all our positive energies and for her in the future.
So the winner takes it all. Let's look at Shweta's opening statement.
12 years old when my parents separated. And I found myself in a world where making ends meet was a daily battle. It was a pivotal moment. But instead of succumbing to despair, I chose to fight back. From a self-taught dancer to a finalist of 5 reality shows to choreographing almost every big Bollywood star to being able to provide my mother a comfortable life, today I stand as a winner. A winner in life who, despite all obstacles, with the support of my parents, conquering all the battles courageously. Thank you so much.
Okay. What do you think, Emma? Should I start?
You start. You start.
Okay. Let me start. So I think the good part here was that there was a story, there was a backstory. She spoke about, when I was 12 years old, you visualize a particular place and a, way in which she has gone through things. And the command, her stage presence is undeniable. However, I just felt when she said I'm already a winner, I don't want her to carry this kind of overconfidence into Miss Universe. Humility wins all the way. You're a product of your circumstances, yes, but you need to inspire people, and that doing that by being a bit too overconfident, very fine line. I think Miss Diva will be able to, tone it down a bit. Other than that, I do feel she was confident in what she said, even though she messed up words. It's about confidence, as Priyanka Chopra says. So she talked about, courageously was courageously. However, she spoke it with confidence that I think wowed the judges. What do you feel?
Well, okay. I find that is the biggest thing that happened in her life is her parents separating and getting a divorce. My family, there are many who have gone through that. My cousins have, are in a split, environment where they were the father and the mother. I know that. I've been through it. I've seen it, and it's okay. A lot of people go through it. I don't think it's the only thing. And the way she is, I think it affected her a lot. And how it comes out is, quite awkward for me. That would be the word. I think, like you're saying, she was overconfident. It was OTT, over the top. You don't want that in your wardrobe or your speech or your personality. You do not want that on a beauty pageant stage. You want to be as natural as you can be. And that's not how natural people talk. That's not how they talk, the way she was. It just came out like rehearsed, very rehearsed. And let's not forget, she's a performer. So she is going to be confident. She has no nerves. She's a dancer. She's danced with celebrities. She's on many shows. All that is there, said and done. So yeah, she's more of a known person than all the other girls in social media. So that's what she bagged on. And the same thing with her parents, I guess. Yeah, it's okay. There are a lot of mothers. Even my mother struggled. Everyone's mother struggles. And for many reasons, military life is worse. My father was never home. So that is something we all grow. That's the power of being a woman. Empowerment of a woman. The essence of a woman, like Shishmita says, that a woman is all these roles, right? So, but what is she doing? She's just dancing away. But her mother did the struggle. So my concern here is, what is she? What's her power? What's her power role? What's her essence? I don't know.
Now let's look at the second part of the question and answers, which is primarily the judges' question. Let's start with Trisha Shetty.
Diva recently has allowed trans women to participate alongside naturally born females in this pageant. What are your thoughts on it and why?
I believe that the organization has taken one of the most progressive steps that could have been taken. That is because I believe that every individual, when they embrace themselves and their sexual orientation, they bring out the best of themselves. And I think that a platform as prestigious as Miss Diva encouraging something of this sort shows inclusivity and equality. Moreover, I also believe that we all need to come together and accepting each other and respecting each other. So I believe that this is one of the best steps that we could have taken, and kudos to the organization for more and more people can now come forward and showcase themselves on this prestigious platform.
Emma, what do you have to say about this question?
I think it was very unfair that they gave that to her, because it's kind of it's very tough in a situation like that when the organization is promoting trans people with biological women. And I know a majority of biological women are not happy with that fact for very, very logical reasons. And you put her on that, that moment of that stage, and that a very critical moment for her, because she progresses or she doesn't, she speaks the truth. So she had to glorify the organization, butter them up as well, and talk good about it. So it was like, in India we said dandura peeting kare, so Bichari was doing that, dandura peeting the Miss Diva organization. What was that poor girl doing?
What else could she have said? Exactly my point,
Very unfair.
We've
seen
I
think she deserved better. Yeah.
We've seen in the past that when contestants have been honest about what they felt and which was not aligned to the organization, they really didn't do well.
They did, yes.
So she had to, and as you rightly said, it ended up just being praising and crooning the whole organization and less about what she felt about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so tough question. Victim of circumstances, she deserved better.
She handled it very well, though. So
yeah, I think she handled it well.
Very well.
Let's move on to Sonal Kukreja.
It's my favorite, Harnas or Sandhu.
I knew that coming. Sonal, you look beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
And my question to you is, which one of the two do you believe has the power to create a more harmonious world? A sense of empathy or the pursuit of excellence?
Well, while I believe the pursuit of excellence is what causes progress, I do believe empathy is at the core of who we are as humans. It is at the core of who we are as a society. It bonds us together. It helps us build connections. It helps us take power of our lives and just be one with each other, be empathetic to understand each other. So while I believe empathy is at the cornerstone of everything that we do as humankind, it is also what helps us be excellent and pursue excellence. It serves as the baseline for everything we do. Thank you so much.
Before we do anything, I love the way Harnaz was, pepping her up and she was feeling so happy. It felt like, the stars are aligning. Normally when a Miss Universe is asked a question, if a contestant is asked a question by a previous winner, you end up many times seeing that, they become the eventual winner. It just happened with Natasha at Miss Africa. So again, the point here was that it sounded right, but she lost the plot in between. The question was very clear. What do you feel is more important? It is the empathy of how you connect with people, or it's the pursuance of excellence. And eventually she said that, you need empathy because that leads to perfection or pursuance of excellence. So it wasn't taking a stance. And I think she just lost. And she was not, it wasn't a winning answer, if I may say. It didn't start with a bang like the way it happened with her statement. She was not able to take that same energy to the next round.
Yeah, I agree. It was just all over the place. It did not make sense to me. Excellence and empathy together. It was not convincing. I think that would be the right word for me to say. It wasn't convincing what she was trying to put across. And it came off weak. But then again, she is a beautiful girl and very, very confident. I guess, yeah. For me, if I have to think about it, Miss Supernational, perfect. She'll do well there. I have no doubt in that. Well. She'll do well there.
Okay, let's move on to Nickita.
To change something about India, what would that be and why?
Thank you for the question, sir. If I had a power to change something in India, I would want to change things in places like Haryana, especially where I come from. Women are still tied to old traditions and still controlled by society conventionals and other gender norms. I broke through it due to my unwavering determination, but I would like to change few education policies and foster empowerment and gender equality. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
I just felt that she started off well, but then she was confused. You could see her eyes going left and right. And if you're confident, it should look easy. She felt tensed while she's thinking her words and trying to sound right. But then when she's gone a particular path of talking about reforms in Haryana for women's empowerment, it felt that, she should have said something else, but now she said it, so she should continue saying it. I could get that feeling that she started a path, but it's not right, but she has to just complete it. So it was kind of a defeated look, and it wasn't at a global or a country's level. You were asked what can you change. It was a good moment for not just talking about a small Haryana within a particular area, but talk little more pan India or pan Bharat.
I guess it's she's from that state. Zuchobeni Tungoe spoke about her state, so I guess it's okay. She might have related to it, but yes, she should have done an overall theme to what her answer was. I understand what she was trying to say, where she was coming from, but again did not articulate it properly because of her nerves. It showed she was not confident and she was not prepared for a question like that. So yeah, it did not make sense. I understand what's happening in Haryana. I think it happens everywhere. You're right. It should have been a global. It should have been India. What would she like to make a change on? So fell flat. Honestly.
And if I can just add, in some of these, if these women, general feedback could have given some statistics, it just adds so much of weight.
It does.
About
some
like,
fact.
Like when Demi was asked at Miss Universe, she said, almost more than X%. She took that, 70% of women get paid lower for the same work for the same amount of time. So get some statistics to make it feel more convincing.
Yes, it becomes, yes, it holds weight. Your entire thing shows you're confident and you know what you're talking about. When you're like this haphazardly talking about an important issue, it makes zero of an impact. So this is actually what a lot of girls...
Especially when you're talking of laws, anything that you'd like to change has to be substantiated. So if you talked about, the education rate of women in her state is only X%. It started with that.
Correct. Exactly. Because it's ridiculous. Because in Haryana, the women, girls, they're in a lot of sports. They're doing very well in sports, in wrestling and all these sort of things. So they are being encouraged. So then it just comes off like, what is she talking about? She should have been more, should have elaborated it in more details and more statistics to make everyone understand what she was saying. It came off really weak. To an extent, it said like Haryana, all the women are doing nothing, which is not true. I think Manushi Chiller is from Haryana, right?
Yes.
There you go. So it just does not make sense to what she said. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, girls, just remember, like Guru said, stats. Very important. So there you go. Okay, who's next?
Okay. Daisy.
Ah!
First of all, congratulations to the 7 finalists.
Thank you so much.
Artificial intelligence is bringing about a huge change in our world today. So, what do you think are the positive impacts and what do you think are the negative impacts?
Well, I think the most positive impact about artificial intelligence is that it assists us when it comes to health or education. But nowadays, there are crises of employment, lack of employment. AI is taking up the whole world. We must not forget that humans are the most powerful resource of the whole world, and we humans are the ones who have created AI. So let's not AI take over the human resource. Let's protect it, because we are the ones who have created it. And that's the most negative impact that AI is creating, is taking up jobs. And the positive is assisting us. So let them be assistants and not taking up our jobs.
This
Thank
was
you so
a
much.
tough question. This was tough. And I felt her answer was absolutely right. However, I just felt you should know, or she should have known when to stop. She went on and on trying to convince herself of what she said is right. And I think that's where it turned wrong for her.
Yeah.
You know, she spoke about the same thing twice. You should know when to cut your answer to make it more impactful. Otherwise, substantially, content-wise, super answer. To think at that time, talking about human resources, which is very, very important to run the economy. So I think that's a well-raised point.
Fantastic.
I think it just got lost in too many words.
Oh, for me, I think that was the winning answer, to be honest. Yes, it needed to be tweaked up and refined a bit, but she got her point across, even though she might have. But she didn't stop like the other girls did and fumble like the other girls did. She was just saying it, and she may have, been repetitive in certain areas, but she spoke absolute sense. AI is there to assist us, and that's it. It's not to replace human intelligence, human emotions, or human consciousness. If she used some nice words and probably elaborate, it would have been fantastic. But even then, Guru, that was the winning answer for me. That girl should have won. Absolutely should have won. And AI is very conflicting today because there is this fear that it would take over humans, and that's what she pointed across fearlessly. She said that, she made that point. That was my winning answer. Daisy was fantastic. I loved it. Let us know, guys, what do you think about Daisy's answer? And, honestly, what's your opinion on this? Because I think she should have won this. That's after seeing the show now, I didn't have Daisy on my list. Now I'm like, you know what, Daisy should have won this. So that's how I feel.
Move to Aruna Beniwal.
Yeah. All right. Take a look, guys.
It's about the unique qualities you possess to win the crown tonight.
Well, I believe adaptability is my biggest asset because throughout my journey, I've learned to take challenges as opportunity for growth. Despite of 3 failed attempts, I bounced back, knocking the doors of my dream again and again. The determination and the resilience I hold is something which sets me apart. I am the embodiment of perseverance and resilience, and that is something I'm proud of. Thank you.
So another simple question that she could have nailed, but it became very boring. Talked about what are the features or what are the qualities that are required that you feel will make you a winner. She talked about adaptability, perseverance, taking part in this platform 3 times, coming back as a winner. We've heard this, we know it's good, but now because it's over repetitive nature, it's lost its magic, So even when you ask simple questions, girls try to find out something which is uniquely you. Perseverance, adaptability, all these we are expecting to hear.
Yes.
Is there something that can be magically memorable?
Yes.
I think that's what was lacking. So it just became possible for me.
I agree with everything you say. I don't think I want to say anything more because, you hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what happened with her. And she just got lost in the background for me. She did. So pretty sad because she's such a beautiful girl. She photographs gorgeously. So, it's a tough competition. Okay, and who's up next?
You tell me again.
Zuchobeni? Zuchobeni Tungoe. Guys, take a
The
look.
question is, if you win tonight, you will have less than 2 months to prepare for the Miss Universe. Which is one quality that will help you prepare effectively?
First of all, I'm here in this competition not to win. I'm here to express my intentions. And I'm here to bridge the gap between Northeast and the mainland, because I know that I, belonging to the Northeast, have faced a lot of discrimination. We have been in deficit of opportunities. And right now, my concern is not to win, but my concern is to represent myself at my best. And if I were to represent at Miss Universe, it will still be my intention that will make me win.
Okay. So, Guru, do you want to go first?
If you say so. For me, the beginning was nice, but the moment she said that she's not here to win, or something of that nature, I think that itself, if you're claiming that, if you're saying that, if you're manifesting that, why would the judges want to make you win? Many a times this has happened, in the year 2020, Miss Dominican Republic was also said that, I don't need this title to do this work. Never got that. I need to make them believe that there's a hunger that I need this to do this. If you don't need this, then continue doing what you're doing. Why did you even enter? And I think the whole thing was that she was asked about qualities in the next 2 months that will need, to be done to be able to represent yourself well. And it was again about the whole backstory and the advocacy. So I just believed whatever she's really passionate about, I think that's the only thing that came across. But other than that, the quality that will help her to win didn't come across. Again, fumbling on the questions, getting the nerves. Feel sad for her. But she definitely has areas of improvement, and she should definitely come back. What about you, Anna?
I agree with you completely, because when we did the review of the top 16 and the amount of fans were here, she will win, and I was like, she was my number one to win. And you need to have that winning spirit that I'm gonna win, because if you're talking about something so important like the issues that are happening in your state of Nagaland and Manipur, you want to talk about something like that, you need power. And with this power is, why you're here at the Miss Diva stage, to go on a global platform to speak about things that, worry you or bother you or affected your life. But you don't want to win? That does not make sense at all. She could have said it in a different manner, like, I'm not here just to win, but I want to do more than just win. That could have been a better way to put it out, So I felt
when she has a lot of fan following,
so much,
I think it's the final mile. If it's just when it matters, if you could just hit the head on the nail, that's what was needed, and that's where it got a bit diffused.
Yeah, it's like you robbed your fans. You robbed your fans of what they wanted for you, loved you, supported you for, to win this. And with winning this, you could have done so much for your state. Fair enough, you want to talk about your state, no problem, but you need to win it. So that's where I lost. And I think, and what's shocking, which you said before, she's the only one who has fantastic diction over English, pronunciation, enunciation, everything. And she did not speak. So that's where we all were like heartbroken. It was not like we were disappointed. We were just heartbroken, like, oh God, we didn't want this to happen. I think the nerves got to her, emotions got to her. It showed. So we wish her the best. We love her. I hope she can, pick herself up again, get stronger, and probably come back. That would be fantastic if she can nail it next year. So let's see what happens. Sending a lot of love to Zuchobeni and all your fans. I love you, and I know how you supported her, and I did as well. So that's it. So all right.
So
the final one.
Our winner, our queen in El Salvador, Shweta Sharda's final answer.
You would like to give your parents, and why?
I was 12 years old when my parents got separated. And since then, I have seen my mother working really hard, no matter it's a day or a night. I have seen all her sacrifices that she has made, all the hardships she has faced. And if I have to give her one advice, I will tell her to prioritize herself. And for all the things, I would love to tell her to cherish and celebrate all the things she has done for me and my brother to give us a beautiful life. Because in this world, she's my world, and I love her so much. Thank you so much.
I believe it was one of the easier answers compared to the trans question and the AI question. She handled it well. She handled it with confidence. But it was the same extension of her statement. I think that's where it felt a bit, it helped her, I would say.
Yeah. the word I was looking for is it spoon-fed her what she wanted to say. I think it was all quite laid out the foundation of what she is passionate about, and they just gave it to her. That question was so easy. I mean, that's the kind of question you do on the interview round, the closed-door interview round, to get to know the person. That's the kind of question you ask. That's not the question you ask on a stage of a competition. It gets really tough. It gets into political issues, social issues. That's not what happened. So what the hell was with that question? And finally, she picked up the judge herself. So I'm not saying it was rigged, but I think it just was very unfair on the other girls that's the question she got and that's what she won with. No, it was not a winning answer for me. She's a performer. She's confident. She has all of that. The walk, the talk, the look, all of that. And she's OTT. She will always remain OTT for me, which is not a good thing for anybody, but not a winning answer. I stand by what I said. She is not the winner for Miss Diva. I now think it was Daisy and Trisha should have been top 2. And Sonal maybe 3. So it's changed my whole perception, Guru. I don't know. Has it changed it for you? Honestly,
see, for me, she was in my top 3. Shweta was there, Sonal was there, Trisha was there. So I do believe what I chose was right. It's just that the ranking of them went haywire a bit. So I definitely believe that Daisy and Shweta, followed by Trisha and Sonal, these two were neck and neck for me. But I felt that the question that was asked of Daisy was much more difficult. And if she would have done better, I would have loved to see her as well. Because she's understated, but she's very confident as well.
Yes, absolutely.
But I do believe that the Diva organization is also looking for someone who's very socially influential. And if you look, she already has almost 500,000 fans. She has that, stage presence. You don't have to do much for her walk. She knows the designers. She knows the people. So to be able to wrap and package her up in 2 months probably would be easier.
Only for that reason, yes, I get it. They're not going to have to work on her too much. That's for sure. In getting the confidence, I guess. But her. Her way of speaking and articulating herself, that would be...
Why can't she speak? Maybe she can speak in Hindi if she wants.
She'd be more confident in Hindi, I have a feeling. I think you're right.
Because she's from Haryana, it'll be easier. I haven't seen her videos or interviews in Hindi because using wrong words in English on a stage, that could be quite... troublesome if not corrected, and these English diction you can't polish up immediately fast, whereas things like walk, hair and makeup, these things are faster. One can prepare, but which question will come and how you will answer it, which words you will use it. So be safe. If you're more comfortable in your native language, please use that because it's important to have the message conveyed correctly. You get one chance.
I don't think you're going to lose points by speaking in your native language. I think it's very powerful. You have all the Latinas speaking, and they come off very, very strong in their language. I think if Shweta spoke in Hindi, she will come out very strong. Because in English, I don't know. I don't think so. Well, anyway, but 1 second. What I'm feeling is that after all of this, I would love to hear you guys and. After seeing the whole show, what do you guys think about it? Are you happy with the winners? Are you happy with the placements? Do you wish it could have been someone else? Do let us know, because I definitely have changed mine, and I really feel sad for Daisy. I think she definitely deserved the crown, and Trisha as well. It's very sad. I'm not happy, Guru. I'm sorry, but I'm not happy. I'm going to irritate a lot of fans.
No, it's okay. We're still. There's nothing denying the fact that Miss Diva 2023 is Shweta Sharda. She is our queen from India. She will be representing, and we will support her to do her best and leave the rest to Anne.
We will support her, obviously. We will support her. She is India. Obviously, we want to see what she's going to do in the world. This was fun to do because we were all eager to watch the show, as you guys have as well. I'm sure all of you have watched it. So do let us know what you think. I mean, be honest, be respectful, and yeah, you guys don't like our... way of thinking, but you still watch us, so we're sending a lot of love to our haters as well. We love you for the fact you don't like us as well. But you know what? We accept all kinds of comments, criticism, and support and all of it. So yeah, be yourself with us, be real, and do like, comment, and share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram. And you're gonna love the next episode because this is the Dreams of the Universe Europe. You've seen Asia, now we're gonna go to Europe, and it's gonna be all about Harry Potter. So stay tuned for that, guys. Have a wonderful week ahead. Stay safe, stay blessed. Mwah! Bye.
Shukriya.
Shukriya.
Bye.